The Secret of the Machines. Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling was born on December 30, 1865, in Bombay, India. He was educated in England but returned to India in 1882. A decade later, Kipling married Caroline Balestier and settled in Brattleboro, Vermont, where he wrote The Jungle Book 1894, among a host of other works that made him hugely successful. Kipling was the recipient of the 1907 Nobel Prize in Literature. He died in 1936. The Secret of the Machines by Rudyard Kipling, a famous British poet, is about the great status of machines in the age of the industrial progress. The poet qualifies machines to define the situation from their point of view. The poem can be divided into three parts according to their content. In the first part, the evolution of machines and the privileges given to mankind thanks to them are described. The second part deals with all the extraordinary works machines are capable of doing, like for example landscape shaping. The third part talks about the dangers humans are exposed to as a result of machinery use. We were taken from the ore bed and the mine, we were melted in the furnace and the pit, we were cast and wrought and hammered to design, we were cut and filed and tooled and gauged to fit. Some water, coal, and oil is all we ask, and 1/1000th of an inch to give us play, and now, if you will set us to our task, we will serve you 24 hours a day. In the first stanza several stylistic devices are used. A very distinguishing feature for the first stanza is the anaphora, which is used in the beginning. This stanza refers to the use of machines in different departments, such as industrial production, agriculture and administration. We can pull and haul and push and lift and drive, we can print and plow and weave and heat and light, we can run and race and swim and fly and dive, we can see and hear and count and read and write. In the second stanza an anaphora can be found at the beginning of each line again. What follows then, are only enumerations throughout the whole stanza, which say what kind of different jobs can be done by machines, for example, we can print and plow and weave and heat and light. The author chose this structure in order to emphasize on how many various works can be done with the help of machines. The repeated word, and, in the second stanza makes it more eurythmic. Would you call a friend from half across the world? If you'll let us have his name and town and state, you shall see and hear your crackling question hurled across the arch of heaven while you wait. Has he answered? Does he need you at his side? You can start this very evening if you choose, and take the Western Ocean in the stride of 70,000 horses and some screws. In the third stanza metaphors are used. One example is the Arch of Heaven, which wants to show us that people can communicate over a really long distance thanks to the machines. The machines spoken of in this stanza are the telephone, the telegraph and the transport machines, like for example ships. When these machines were invented it was for the first time possible to communicate over long distances. In this stanza the machines address directly to the reader, as a representative of mankind. The boat express is waiting your command. You will find the Mauritania at the quay, till her captain turns the lever, 'neath his hand, and the monstrous 9-decked city goes to sea. A stylistic device that is used in the fourth stanza is the ellipsis and neath. In this stanza is talked about the enormousness of machines. Like for example of big ships which have 9 decks which is metaphorically called a monstrous 9-decked city, in the text. Do you wish to make the mountains bare their head and lay their new-cut forests at your feet? Do you want to turn a river in its bed, or plant a barren wilderness with wheat? Shall we pipe aloft and bring you water down from the never-failing cisterns of the snows, to work the mills and tramways in your town, and irrigate your orchards as it flows? It is easy. Give us dynamite and drills. Watch the iron-shouldered rocks lie down and quake as the thirsty desert level floods and fills, and the valley we have dammed becomes a lake. The fifth and sixth stanza is talking about the relation of the machines to the environment. Machines can change landscapes, as written in, and the valley we have dammed becomes a lake. Machines help humans to deformate the landscape the way they want it to be. For example, they dry up lakes or they flood valleys according to their specific needs. But remember, please, the law by which we live, we are not built to comprehend a lie, we can neither love nor pity nor forgive. If you make a slip in handling us you die. We are greater than the peoples or the kings, be humble, as you crawl beneath our rods. Our touch can alter all created things, we are everything on earth, except the gods. Though our smoke may hide the heavens from your eyes, it will vanish and the stars will shine again, because, for all our power and weight and size, we are nothing more than children of your brain. The seventh stanza tells us that machines are emotionless and have no feelings. And most important, it tells us about how dangerous machines are. That if you just make a simple mistake you could even die. In the last stanza the topography changes, because the dream of the perfect machinery suddenly seems to fade away. Machines aren't perfect after all, and nature always wins over. And after all, machines aren't miraculous creations, but nothing more than creations of the human brain. We can rely upon machines in transport and communication, which are getting more complicated all the time. This is inevitable as we move further into a technological age of computers and increasing automation. We must accept the fact that our lives depend on machines more and more. But then suddenly some simple apparatus fails. The ballpoint pen won't function, the computer will not be ready to execute your orders. It can be exasperating. If the machine is faulty, the simple job of mowing the lawn turns into a battle of you and the mower, which assumes a life of its own, thwarts your efforts and refuses to cooperate. The once efficient machine, your friend and servant, has become your enemy. It is very important not to overcross the limits and think rational about machinery. We shouldn't give machines so big responsibilities, per se automatic control of space shuttles with humans inside.